client in that folder. So from a theoretical point of view, if the X2Go broker provides this list, X2Go client should be able to handle it. In the past, we have seen that it's not the case. For example, you couldn't enable disable audio by the broker, because all that audio stuff at the place where X2Go client, configures, do I use Pulse or ESD, or do I just have no audio? You could see that the whatever you find in a local sessions file got considered, but if the same information came in via a broker, it didn't. So this has to be, if something is not working as is expected, it's very likely that it has to be fixed in X2Go client, and not on the broker side. Because the broker provides all the information you put into the config file for the session file.
Do we have known issues there, or is it just untested for most of it? Or can you provide us with a positive list of things that have been tested and are known to be working? Just so we know what to tell people, like, we go to trade fairs and stuff.
Yes, I know.
We shouldn't just talk about our behinds.
Yeah, I guess the best is the one who goes to such a fair test the features that he's talking about first.
Well, I can do that when I hold a talk somewhere, but if a customer or potential customer walks up to me and asks, about feature foo,
okay, so I've tried. Yes, I have tried.
It works or it doesn't work or it's untested.
I have tried the shadow session support like 3 or 4 months ago, and then it worked at that time. I have tested X2Go proxy RDP support, but not direct RDP, I guess. But again, it should be easy to get it fixed in X2Go client. Also, there are several features that work in Pi-Hooker concerning the broker that don't work in X2Go client, because X2Go client does not consider all of the session profile options that are possible when they come in via the broker. So I'd say it would be good to get involved with the broker and make a list for yourself. What would you like to tell your customers? What would you like to see working? And check if it's working or not.
Okay.
So, and you can always test with Pi-Hooker, and if it fails with both of them, it's likely a broker issue. If it works with either of them, then it's probably a client issue.
Okay.
So it will be either Python X2Go or X2Go client.
So a question. So I mean, at many quote-unquote enterprises, you have a policy like when a user logs in, they must see this warning banner.
They must see what?
Like a policy banner.
What? A policy banner?
Like this system is a property of the company. You must abide by these rules.
Okay.
It's basically like at my company. It's like whenever someone chooses their username and password, they must see that a banner.
Okay.
Does the session broker have a feature like that?
Well, you don't see anything on the session broker.
Yeah, I mean, like
you only see the client.
You only see the client, yeah.
You have to implement it in X2Go client.
Right. I mean, right now we're not using the session broker. When people log in individual server, it's like I have an X session script that shows the policy. So that's my.
Okay. So you, and it wouldn't be because you enter the password for the broker already.
Yeah. You
would need the banner there.
Yeah.
And not when you launch the session.
Right. Yeah.
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 X2Go client.
Okay.
Yeah. Hack it in there. Mm-hmm.
Okay, recently we discussed session resuming when the broker is in use.
Yeah.
And
there was this guy on the mailing list?
Yeah, the thing is, I was trying it out myself once I saw this message on the mailing list.
Yeah.
And it didn't work as I expected. You started firing commands at me in IRC that I had no idea what they were supposed to do, and I was hesitant to try them out on the production system.
Yeah.
So maybe you could use the next 10 minutes to explain how session reconnect, load balancing features, etc. Need manual tweaking by the admin after the package is installed.
Okay, so If you install everything from scratch, then you have, so the easiest approach is have X2Go Broker Daemon as a package, have X2Go Server as a package, and X2Go Client as a package on the same machine. And once it is installed, you can connect to a broker URL, which is http://localhost:80, and then a path. And then you should see two default sessions, a MART and a desktop KDE session that connect to your local host. So that's the most simple setup. The next step should be install X2Go Broker.
Quick question here. Do we need HTTP connections for session resuming, or would it work just the same as SSH?
SSH is more complex.
But it would work?
It would work.
Okay.
Yeah. So the next step would be have X2Go Broker and X2Go Server on the same machine, but have a separate client. And there's a config file. It's called X2Go etc X2Go broker default.conf or so. And in there you can define on what IP addresses the broker daemon is listening. Normally it's listening on localhost, and you can say, hey, just listen on all IPs I have, and then you can connect from one side. Then the next step could be have X2Go Broker, X2Go Server, and X2Go Client on 3 different machines. So you connect to the broker, and the broker says, this is your X2Go Server, and then the client connects to your X2Go Server. Then the next step could be to have session when you connect to the broker, that the broker tells you, hey, there's a running session, or there's a suspended session. For this, the broker has to query the server right in the moment when the user connects. Are there sessions? Is that session one of mine? Is it running or is it suspended? And for that you need to establish a setup where X2Go Broker can talk to the X2Go server via SSH and execute a command that's called X2Go Broker Agent. So if that is working, then the user connects from the client to the broker. Broker looks for a list of session profiles, and it says, oh, I have this one X2Go server configured, fine, and I know I have the X2Go Broker agent on that other machine and it's working, so I ask that machine, is there a session for this user? Yes or no? If yes, X2Go Client shows that. If I then click on the session profile card and it's either running a suspended session, this session will be shown on the client. So it will be resumed. If it's already running, it will be suspended first, which means that it disappears on another client that you maybe have, and then it will be resumed on the machine where you're connecting from. So that is that. So then the load balancing. That is more complex because you need more than one X2Go server, and they all have to use a POS. How do you say it in English? POS? Because they say SQL for SQL. Anyway, you need a Postgres database.
Ask Mike.
Huh?
Ask Mike.
He's gone. I can't ask him. So you need a Postgres database, and in this database, all servers store their session information. And you can ask either of the X2Go servers about the session status on all servers. So the X2Go Broker agent, the X2Go Broker needs X2Go Broker agent on every machine, on every X2Go server machine. And it just picks one of the servers and queries the information status from that session, DB status, and reports it back to the client. So, two cases, you don't have a session on any of the servers. Then the broker queries X2Go Broker agent. Again, how many sessions do we have, take the server with the least amount of sessions, and give me a new session there. Scenario 2, there is a suspended or running session on one of the servers. Connect to that session and resume it. Suspend it first maybe and resume it. So it's all X2Go broker, X2Go broker agent that facilitates this communication.
Okay, what confuses me about this is that it seems that I can install X2Go broker and a few X2Go servers and have it just work as long as I don't want the session resume, or as long as I don't care about session resume working.
Yeah.
And once I want, once I need this feature, the whole thing just goes ballistic on me, and I have to configure a shitload of things. That's the impression I have right now.
That's okay. So the reason for that is how generic do I want to be with the software solution, and how much am I allowed to pre-configure through the packaging system of my distribution. And so for the X2Go broker agent communication, we have 3 modes. None. Don't query a broker agent. Whenever it comes to any kind of action, don't involve a broker agent on one of the X2Go servers. Then there's local. Local means X2Go broker and X2Go server are the same machines. Or I have a farm of X2Go servers, and I have a Postgres database, and my X2Go broker host is also an X2Go server and has access to this database. And the most generic setup is you have X2Go broker, you have X2Go servers, and they can communicate with each other via SSH. So broker agent query mode none is the default.
Okay.
Broker agent query mode local could be a default because I could handle that through the packaging system, like DEP packages or RPM packages, because I don't need to deploy SSH keys. The best setup solution using SSH for communication between the broker and the broker agent, that is SSH, and SSH requires private public key deployment, which I cannot handle through the packaging system.
Okay, so just to make sure I understood you correctly, if I want session resuming to work, I need the third option you listed, or would it work with option 2 as well?
Yeah, but then you need broker and X2Go server on the same machine. And the X2Go broker machine must be able to query the session database via the same host that the broker is running on.
Yeah, but it would sound like the same default for me.
No. Because then you would have to, then the X2Go broker daemon would have to, if it's a default, then all X2Go broker daemons should recommend installation of X2Go broker agent, so that you have the agent installed. If you install the X2Go broker agent, you install X2Go server as well. So I'm thinking as a packager now, not as a software developer.
Okay.
So I don't, if I want, and in the most generic case, I want to have a broker machine and I have a huge network and I have X2Go servers, and I want to install all the packages separately. I can't tie the packages together with a recommendation or dependency relation like that.
But obviously a dependency would be a bad idea, but a recommendation is
pulls in the complete stack of packages. So if